Hey, welcome back everybody. Diamond milling machine, this is going to be episode 4. I would like to get the knee removed today, maybe a few other things done, but mainly get the knee off. Okay, so I did figure out the lead screw going up. It will completely unscrew, alright? And I was able to lift the knee slightly, so I think it'll just come right off. I'm going to pull the gib if I can, or loosen the gib, take these two locks out. Let's do that first. Okay, this one's missing the handle, so it comes out easy. I'll have to make a new handle for it. Alright, let me think about this. So that's going to let the knee fall if I take that all the way out. In fact, I'm going to put one more back in for safety here. We'll just leave it loose like that. Okay, I think we're good. Let me move the camera. Hopefully I don't get in a pickle here and get it halfway off and then have nowhere to go. No problem. The way surfaces here. Yeah, I mean, other than just being a little shinier, it doesn't feel like anywhere. Of course, we're going to have to check it, probably on the surface plate. Alright, well that looks pretty good. Yeah, so it looks like they just adjust these gibs just by the bolts or the screws. I guess they're screws, they're really not bolts. I don't want it stuck. Here we go. Wonder if I can get some poly-lock screws. That might be a better way to go. That way they won't move, or less likely to move once you get it all adjusted. Yeah, because the locks, all they do, they just pull the gib in tight. There is maybe a little bit of wear on the gib. Okay. I want to see if I can get the saddle lead screw out. It's not held in the back at all. It's just floating back there. So it's held by the front support here. And I can look inside. I see a threaded through hole there. So there must be some mounting bolts underneath this. So let's get this dial indicator off of there. First try, got the right size hex key. Hope that's not an omen. Let me see what I got to grab that with. Let's see if this strap wrench will do anything. If I can figure out how to operate it. Tight. Hold it there. Handle back on. I don't think it's going to do anything. It's not even grabbing. Okay. Let's put the set screw back in part way. That'll give the strap something to bite onto. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to push on that. Oh, okay. Alright, so that got it moving, at least in a rotational. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so what do we got? Is that an actual bearing? Alright, so yeah, this looks like it's an actual bearing or maybe some type of a bushing assembly. The shaft is held to it with this collar with another taper pin through there, but the whole bearing has to come out this way because there's no way it can go that way. There's no room. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to try. I got a little pinch bar. I'm going to try just getting behind the screw here and just put some pressure on it. See what happens. The idea here is if there's any dried oil or grease in there, it'll help soften that up a little bit. Okay, that's a little warmer. That's like 100 degrees now. Nada. Alright, I'm going to try this very carefully. If I run the nut all the way to the back, it will push on the screw against the housing and maybe push it out. I don't want to put too much force on it though, because I do not want to mess up this nut. Helps if you go the right way. Look at that. All right. I think that heat was soaking in also. That may have helped it a bit. All right, well, there we go. The bearing actually feels okay. Got it turned upside down now. So we just got a bevel gear down in there. Looks like some kind of a bronze bushing maybe, or maybe it's just in the cast iron. And then I'm guessing there's going to be some type of thrust bearing under there. So let's get this off. Orientation, the grease fitting is going to show us which way that goes when we go back together, so we don't have to mark anything. Nice. Bearing feels pretty good. Let's see what's underneath all this gunk. Alright, well, clean that separately. Now this guy, So we're gonna have to get the bevel gear off. Let me start with this. So one thing I just did, or checked off camera, is these dials, they're all the same. They're all 0 to 100, and they all look like they're interchangeable. So just want to make sure that didn't have to worry about keeping them separate. Okay, this looks like the same drill as the other one. Ooh. Little monkey's tight. There we go. At least it's not rusted. Okay. All right, so yeah, they're not the same. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we got a fiber washer. What's there? Okay. Looks like we got another washer. No, that's a bushing. Okay. Let's give it a little juice. Go over here. I think we just have gunk. Yeah, I'm going to clean that shaft off a little bit. Let me do that off camera. There's so much gunk on the shaft that it's just hanging up in the bore there. So I thought there was a bushing in here, but it's actually just a step down on the shaft, and this is a flange that's part of the shaft, and they got another fiber washer behind it. So the two fiber washers set your end thrust or end play. Yeah, so it's just a plain bearing right in the casting, and it's tight. That's good. And the one back here is tight also. And then here's our bevel gear. Can you guys see that? I think you can. And it's got another dreaded taper pin holding it on. Okay, so yeah, here we go again with a taper pin. I'm going to clean it a little better first, and then we'll try to tap it out of there. I had to get the cheater out. So I've looked at this pin. This is the large end, and you can see hammer marks on it where they drove it in from this side. And here's the small end. This punch fits pretty nice. Let's give it a tap. Ooh, I don't like that. That didn't move at all. I'm going to see if I can wedge something under the gear before I really hit on that hard. Alright, I got a plastic wedge. I'm going to shove it underneath the gear, between the gear and the cast iron housing. Let's see if I can force that in there a little tighter. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And we'll try a couple more taps here. There we go. Okay, let me get a different punch. This one will work. There we go. I'm sure I got clearance underneath. Looks like it. We're not going to go real far. Okay. Then we're going to have to rotate. Get our wedge out of there. Maybe not like that. It just fell out on its own. All right, it's down in there. Now, will the gear come off? Let's put a little coil on it. tappy taps. I think that was just hitting the varnish buildup. Wasn't even getting to the gear. Let me scrape some of that off. Did it move? I don't want to distort the hole. There she goes. And let's put a little oil. Give it a chance to loosen up. There must be a burr because it doesn't want to slide off. Okay, let's try a tappy tap tap again. It likes where it's at. Okay, so I can go against that edge. Might be a little wedge from this direction against the gear itself. I need a block in there. Okay, got a little piece of maple. There we go. Okay. All right. A little bit of the old croil. Here, I can get the gear out now. There's our gear. Okay, put it on a pile. There we go. Okay. A couple grease fittings and we got it stripped down. I looked on the lubrication chart to see what they called for these two locations, and they don't have anything on the chart for this. So I'm not sure if grease is the way to go. I mean, it's a journal bearing. If you put oil on it, or put oil in it on a regular basis, you're probably better off with oil. But then again, if you don't keep up with it, you're better off probably with grease. Maybe I'll just see if I can find a really light grease to use on these. So they do mention the vertical screw, which has its own grease fitting, grease gun, and then all of these spec out this gargoyle grease BRB number 3. And let's see, power feed, shaft, and bracket. This is the gargoyle Vectra oil. I'm assuming that's like a weight oil, table weight, same thing. Yep. I did figure out this is the date. So it's a model B12. So this is February 1946. So that's the age of our machine, and then of course the serial number. Yeah. Okay, a couple dollars worth of brass right there, or bronze. Looks like brass. I cleaned up the jack screw so we could see what's going on. I think this is just a plain bearing again, because I think I can see a fiber washer in there behind the gear. And we've got a good old taper pin. Let's give it a try and see if we can get it out of there. Yeah, that's the small end. First try. Did it come all the way up? Yeah, okay. See, there's our pin. See, I noticed the end of this shaft. I don't know what they were doing. It looks like that was in a press, but you wouldn't press there to put the gear on unless someone has been in here before and pressed that off. I don't know. I think we're going to go to the press. Probably the safest way to do that. Okay, yeah, I just went to the arbor press. No dramas. It wasn't that tight. All right, so we got a fiber washer there. And another fiber washer on this side. And it's just a plain bearing, just runs right on the cast iron. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, 2 fiber washers on this side. Okay. Alright, so that's the side with the thrust. Okay, so 2 on that side. Make sure I'll probably measure these. For now, I'm just going to keep those right on there. And then our just trying to figure out, is this one piece, or maybe they press this into, that's what they might have done. So this may be bored out, and this is pressed into just a piece of Acme thread stock. Yeah, because I can't figure out why they would have that mark on there otherwise. Yeah. All right, well, I'm going to, let's go look at our parts real quick. Yeah, so here's all our parts. So what I'm going to do, I don't think I can break that down any farther. There's really no reason to. I'm going to put all these, at least the ones that will fit, in the old crock pot with some purple degreaser solution, and just let them cook all day tomorrow. And I'll probably do the oven cleaner on the knee, get it cleaned up. So it is 5 o'clock here, and you guys know what that means. So I think we're gonna just end this video right here, and then we'll pick up on the next one. I guess we'll take the motor and counter shaft off. Yeah, we're getting down there. Alright guys, thanks a lot. We will see you in the next one. I'm going to be cleaning parts between episodes. I just wanted to mention, I use a lot of different chemicals and solvents and so forth in the shop. And this stuff here, I would rank this like number 3 as far as most toxic and scary stuff to use. And you pick it up at the dollar store. That's the other scary part. Yeah, when I use this stuff, it's, you know, good gloves, full face shield, and a respirator. This stuff is nasty, but man, does it work.